You're alone. Chest tightens, breathing sharpens. You know something's wrong, but what if no one's around to help? Every minute counts during a heart attack, especially after 60. In this video, we'll walk you through 10 life-saving tips every senior needs to know to survive a heart attack when you're alone. This could be the video that saves your life or the life of someone you love. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for adults over 60. But it's not always the diagnosis itself that's fatal. It's the minutes that follow a heart attack. And for those living alone, those minutes are even more critical. Every year, thousands of seniors suffer heart attacks while no one else is around. No caregiver nearby. No family within reach. Just you and a body that suddenly isn't cooperating. But here's the truth. Being alone doesn't mean being powerless. If you know what to look for and what to do, you can increase your chances of surviving until help arrives. It's not about panic. It's not about fear. It's about preparation, awareness, control. More seniors than ever are living independently, by choice or by circumstance, which makes it absolutely essential to be ready for medical emergencies that can strike without warning. This video isn't about scaring you. It's about equipping you, because every second matters when your heart is on the line. And what you do in the first few minutes can mean the difference between recovery and tragedy. We're going to walk you through the early warning signs your body might give you, the immediate actions to take if you suspect a heart attack, and the simple preparations you can make today to improve your odds tomorrow. This is practical, life-saving knowledge, something every senior deserves to have. One of the most dangerous things about a heart attack is that you don't always know it's happening. Especially after 60, the signs can come quietly or feel like something else entirely. That's why the first and most important thing you can do to protect yourself is to know what those warning signs look like before it's too late. We often hear about the classic symptoms: sudden, crushing chest pain, a tightness like someone is sitting on your rib cage, pain radiating down the left arm or up into the jaw, shortness of breath, cold, clammy sweating, and nausea that seems to come out of nowhere. These signs are real, and if they ever appear suddenly, especially together, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. But here's what many people don't know. Not all heart attacks look like the ones you see in movies. In fact, for seniors, and especially for women, the signs can be far more subtle. You might just feel unusually tired. Not the kind of tired where you need a nap, but a deep, overwhelming fatigue, like your whole body is drained. You might feel lightheaded or dizzy, almost like the room is tilting, or like you might faint. You might feel short of breath after doing something that usually wouldn't exhaust you, like walking to the bathroom or getting dressed. Some people feel pressure or pain in the upper back, between the shoulder blades. Others describe it as indigestion or a strange tightness in the stomach. It's easy to dismiss these things, to think, I probably didn't eat right today, or it's just part of getting older. But here's the hard truth. When it comes to a heart attack, brushing off the early signs can cost you your life. Studies show that seniors often delay calling for help, not because they're stubborn, but because they're unsure. They don't want to overreact. They don't want to bother anyone. But those extra minutes matter. The longer your heart goes without proper blood flow, the more damage it suffers. And in many cases, a heart attack doesn't kill in the first 5 minutes, but in the 20 minutes you waited to see if the symptoms would pass. So don't wait. Don't guess. Listen to your body and trust it. If something feels off, really off, stop what you're doing. Sit down. Take a breath. And if the symptoms don't fade in a minute or two, or if they're getting worse, call 911. Even if it turns out to be something else, it's always better to be safe. You are not being dramatic. You are not being a burden. You are taking your life seriously, and that matters. And here's one more important point. Everyone should know what these symptoms feel like. not just for themselves, but for their partner, their neighbor, or their friends. Heart attacks don't always look the same. They don't always come with pain, and they don't always scream for attention. Sometimes they whisper. But if you know how to listen, you give yourself the greatest advantage possible, the chance to act in time. This is about awareness, about honoring the messages your body sends and trusting that it knows what it's saying. Because when it comes to surviving a heart attack alone, the first tip that can save your life is knowing when it's happening. You've felt the warning signs. Your chest tightens, your breathing changes. Something inside you says, this isn't right. And now, the next 60 seconds could save your life. It's the moment where panic wants to take over. But the most powerful thing you can do in this moment is stay focused. First, call 911. Let's get healthy and enjoy life right away. Don't wait. Don't see if it gets better. Don't second-guess your instincts. Your job in that moment is not to diagnose yourself or debate whether it's serious enough. Your job is to get emergency medical help to you as quickly as possible. You may be thinking, but I don't want to make a big deal. What if it's nothing? Here's the truth. If it's not a heart attack, the EMTs will tell you. But if it is, and you wait, that delay could cost you your life. If you live alone, make sure your phone is close by every day, not just in your purse or in another room. Set a habit of keeping it within reach, even when you're just watching TV or walking around the house. Because when a heart attack strikes, time disappears fast. Second, unlock the door. If you're able to stand safely and move without fainting, get to your front door and unlock it. Leave it ajar if you can, or make sure responders can get to you quickly when they arrive. In many emergencies, precious minutes are lost simply because responders have to break in or wait for someone with a key. Third, sit down. If standing feels difficult, or if you're dizzy, find a stable chair or sit gently on the floor. If you think you might faint, lie flat and elevate your legs slightly if possible. This helps maintain blood flow to your brain and lowers your risk of a fall, which can cause even more complications. The goal in these moments is to prevent injury while your body is under intense stress. Falling can make a bad situation worse, so your safety matters. Fourth, and this one's just as important as the rest, stay calm. We know that's easier said than done, but panic makes your heart work harder. The more your heart strains, the faster damage can occur. Close your eyes if it helps. Breathe as slowly and deeply as you can. If you've been prescribed nitroglycerin, take it exactly as your doctor directed. But whether or not you have medication, just keep breathing. Say this to yourself. Help is coming. I've done the right thing. I'm safe. This isn't about being fearless. It's about being steady. You may be alone, but you are not powerless. If you've never practiced what you do in an emergency, this is your reminder to think it through. Write a list of steps and post it somewhere visible, on the fridge, by your nightstand, near the phone. Tell a neighbor or friend where you keep your key. Consider a medical alert device if you're at high risk. These tiny preparations take minutes now, but can save your life later. Because in that critical first minute, action is everything. Don't wait. Don't minimize it. And don't underestimate the power of your own calm response. You know your body. You know when something isn't right. And now, you know what to do. These first steps are simple, but they are the foundation of survival. You may be alone, but with the right knowledge, you are never unprepared. Surviving a heart attack alone isn't just about reacting in the moment. It's about preparing before that moment ever comes. And for seniors living independently, that preparation can be the difference between life and death. It's not about living in fear. It's about giving yourself the tools, systems, and confidence to act quickly even if no one else is nearby. Let's walk through 10 life-saving tips every older adult should know, especially if you live alone. First, always keep your phone nearby. This might sound obvious, but it's often overlooked. Whether you're moving around the house or stepping outside for fresh air, make it a habit to have your phone within arm's reach, just like you'd keep reading glasses or your house keys. Better yet, enable voice command. Saying "call 911" out loud could be crucial if you're unable to unlock your phone during a medical emergency. Second, store emergency contacts on speed dial. Label them clearly: daughter, emergency; doctor, urgent; neighbor, check-in. Avoid nicknames or initials that could confuse you, or a first responder under stress. And test the numbers now to make sure they connect properly. Third, keep aspirin in an accessible spot like your kitchen counter or bedside table. Many doctors recommend chewing a regular strength aspirin at the onset of heart attack symptoms to help reduce clotting, but only if your doctor has already cleared you to do so. Ask during your next appointment. Don't guess. Get professional guidance and make a plan. Fourth, wear a medical alert device or smartwatch with an SOS function. Today's devices are lightweight, discreet, and increasingly covered by insurance. They can detect falls, monitor heart rate, and most importantly, connect you to emergency services with the press of a button. This isn't just for people who are very sick. It's for anyone who values peace of mind while living alone. Fifth, install a lockbox outside your home with a spare key and give the code to emergency services or a trusted contact. In too many cases, EMTs lose valuable minutes trying to break in or end up damaging your door to reach you. A simple lockbox with a code can give them fast access when you're unable to reach the door. Sixth, add an ICE contact in case of emergency to your phone. Some smartphones let you list this contact even when the phone is locked. First responders are trained to look for it. It's a small step that helps make sure your loved ones are contacted fast. Seventh, practice giving emergency information out loud, even when you're not in crisis. What's your address, your date of birth, your primary health conditions? Can you list your medications clearly? In an emergency, you might only have seconds to speak before passing out or becoming too disoriented. Practicing helps your brain find the words faster, even under stress. Eighth, place a copy of your health records and medication list near the door or on your fridge. Use a clear plastic sleeve or a magnet folder. Include allergies, diagnoses, your doctor's name and number, and your insurance provider. When EMTs walk in, this information gives them a faster, clearer picture of what you need. Ninth, set up a daily check-in system. Or it could be as simple as texting a friend by 10 a.m. each morning, or saying hello to a neighbor through the window. There are also services, both paid and free, that offer daily wellness calls or app-based check-ins with alerts sent to family if something's off. This simple habit can make sure someone notices if something goes wrong, even if you can't make a call yourself. And finally, talk to your doctor about creating a personal emergency plan. Ask what symptoms you should never ignore. Ask if you should keep medication nearby. Ask what to do if you're experiencing symptoms but can still move or speak. Personalized medical advice is the most powerful preparation tool you can have. These aren't complicated changes. You don't need to overhaul your life, but you do need a plan, because heart attacks don't wait. And when you live alone, the responsibility of response is in your hands for a few critical minutes. Each of these steps might feel small on its own, but together they create a system of safety around you, one that works quietly in the background of your day, offering protection without fear. You deserve to live with confidence, not worry. And the more you prepare, the more peace of mind you give yourself and the people who love you. When it comes to surviving a heart attack alone, preparation isn't just about what you know, it's also about what surrounds you. Because in a moment of crisis, your environment becomes either your biggest ally or your biggest obstacle. Think about it. If your chest tightens, if your vision blurs, if your knees suddenly feel weak, how quickly can you get to your phone? How safely can you move across the room? Will help be able to find you and reach you easily? Preparing your home now can give you more time, more safety, and more control in those first crucial minutes. And it starts with something simple: reducing your risk of falling. When a heart episode hits, dizziness and muscle weakness are common. If your path is cluttered with area rugs, electrical cords, or low furniture, a quick trip to the phone could turn into a fall, and a fall could turn into a life-threatening delay. So take a walk through your space. Identify trip hazards and remove or secure them. Tape down loose rugs, tidy up power cords, and make sure pathways are wide and clear, especially between the bedroom, bathroom, and living room. Next, place essential items where they can be easily seen and reached. If you're having chest pain, the last thing you want is to stretch, bend, or fumble through drawers. Your emergency aspirin, your glasses, your phone. These should be on nightstands, kitchen counters, and anywhere you spend long stretches of time. You can even set up a small emergency tray or basket near your favorite chair with these items pre-arranged. Then there's communication. Print out your emergency contacts in large, bold letters and place them in multiple rooms. Put them on the refrigerator, next to your bed, near your front door. Include your name, address, medical conditions, medications, and your emergency contacts, clearly labeled. If a neighbor, EMT, or visiting aide enters your home during a crisis, this visible information can guide their response before you even say a word. And finally, consider technology that works quietly behind the scenes. Smart home devices like fall detectors or medical alert systems have come a long way. Today's systems can detect sudden movement changes, send emergency alerts, or even allow you to call for help with your voice alone. Some connect directly to 911, others notify a caregiver, friend, or monitoring service. If you have Wi-Fi and a smartphone, there are systems that don't require bulky equipment or high monthly fees. And for those without smart devices, even a simple motion-activated light can make your home safer. It guides your steps at night, reduces your fall risk, and offers just enough support without intrusion. Preparing your home doesn't require a full renovation. It's about thinking ahead in small but meaningful ways, clearing the clutter, making important tools visible and accessible, creating a space that gives you time to act and room to breathe. Because when your body is in distress, your environment will do one of two things: help you or slow you down. And every second you save by removing a hazard or posting your information is a second you might not otherwise have. This is your home. Let it reflect not just your personality, but your protection. Simple steps, smart planning, a safer tomorrow starting today. You can't control when a heart attack happens. You can't predict where you'll be or whether someone will be nearby. But you can control how ready you are. That's what this has all been about. Not fear, not panic, but readiness. Because readiness is a quiet kind of power, and it lives in the details. It's in the way you place your phone close every morning. It's in the aspirin you leave by the bed, the emergency numbers posted on your fridge, the habit of clearing your floor at night just in case you wake up dizzy. It's in those quiet choices that seem small until the moment they save your life. We've talked about what a heart attack might feel like, especially when you're alone. We've covered the crucial first 60 seconds, when staying calm and calling for help can mean everything. We've walked through 10 powerful tips that can transform your home into a place of safety instead of risk. And we've looked at how your surroundings, the furniture, the lighting, the tech you use can either delay or protect you in an emergency. But perhaps the most important takeaway is this: you are not powerless. Not because you've avoided illness, not because you have someone next to you 24/7, but because you've decided to be prepared anyway. In that kind of preparation, it ripples outward. If you found this helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend. Send it to a neighbor. Talk about it with your siblings or your adult children. This is the kind of knowledge that doesn't just save a life, it could save theirs. Because most heart attacks don't happen in front of a doctor. They happen at home, alone. In the quiet moments when knowing what to do, what to grab, who to call, what to say makes all the difference. So give yourself that gift. Give yourself the tools, the plan, the confidence, and if you love someone who lives alone, give them that gift too. Because survival doesn't start with the ambulance. It starts with awareness. It starts with intention. And preparation is the most loving gift you can give yourself. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to start. Start with one drawer cleared, one contact saved, one conversation had, and then keep going. Because you're worth that kind of care. You've already faced so much in life with resilience. Yes. This is just the next chapter of taking care of yourself with wisdom, strength, and dignity. And that's something to be proud of. If this video gave you something to think about or something to act on, don't keep it to yourself. At Elderly Truths, we believe in turning quiet struggles into shared strength. So if this helped you, share it with someone you care about. Leave a comment. Tell us your story or the steps you're taking to be more prepared. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We're here to keep bringing you the knowledge, support, and truth you deserve. Until next time, take care of your heart and take care of yourself.